well done for the initiative on that one, I think. Over to you now, Andrew. I think Dave probably still on his phone call at the moment. So M0RL in the group, M0AUG. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year on that one, I think.
Yeah, M0AUG. Yes, good evening, Jeff and Nick and everyone else that's on tonight. Yes, Christmas and New Year flown by, but yes, it was all right, a little bit damp, but I think that's we're all experiencing that. But yeah, Happy New Year to everyone that's on the net tonight. Yes, the net last night, I certainly enjoyed listening to it, and all the operators are coming quite strong, although I can only do it by logging into the Kiwi SDR system, which I use, the Western Supermare one, and then you're all coming in great. I have nothing in the my QT8, certainly on 80 meters. I don't have an 80 meter antenna. I couldn't pick anything up at all. So, but yes, I could listen in quite well to the chatter that was going on. So yeah, interesting even for that one. And perhaps this is going to be a regular occurrence. I'll look at setting up an 80 meter antenna and able to join it. Back to you, Jeff. I'll keep the first one pretty short. M0AUG, the group is M0RL.
M0RL in the group, M0AUG. Yeah, fine on that, Andrew. Yeah, these extra things that we all try to do from the Denby Dale Club are very good indeed for keeping the club together. And I know those who were able to get on the various times get some real benefit out of it. So that's absolutely superb. And well done to Nick and Ken and the committee for organising these sort of things. Over to you there, Bob. And just give us an update, of course, as well when you come on as to how Kathy is at the moment. So I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. And 4XAT in the group, M0AUG. Good evening, Bob.
M0AUG with group number 4, X-ray Alpha Tango. Kathy's doing fine. As a matter of fact, she cooked our spaghetti dinner today, so I'm making out. And yesterday, she had to go to therapy, but she decided that she would try to drive. She took me along with her just in case she would run into problems, but she made it in one piece, and I didn't have to drive. And thank goodness, because I haven't really driven in the last 7 years. So thank goodness for that. Happy New Year to everyone on the net. I want to put out a special thank you to both Nick and Paul for all the help that they've given me recently. I've run into some problems with my 705 and WSJTX, and I think that most of the problem is the connection between the two. So I've ordered some new cables, and I hope that corrects it. Yesterday, I made over 7 FT8 contacts, or over 20 FT8 contacts, so I think that we've solved the problem. And when the new cables come in, I should be all right. Next, I have to thank Jeff for sending that photo. That's the first time that I've seen a photo of the D-Star on my 705. So thank you for that, Jeff. And also, I have down here on my list, happy birthday to Adriana. I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or today, at any rate. She had mentioned that on our last go-around. And last night, of course, I tried to listen on 40, but I couldn't. 40 at that time of the day here isn't in. But I did listen on WhatsApp and got a lot of information, especially when Phil was talking about 7168. I shifted there just to see if I could hear anything, but I couldn't hear anything there either. And I've had the key down for a long time, so back to you, Jeff. M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-ray Alpha Tango.
And 4 X-ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AUG returning. Yeah, fine, and thanks for the update on Kathy, and I hope she progresses as well. And obviously, you were taken out as a navigator there, even though you didn't need to actually take over the car, so that's well done. So thanks for that. Right, over to all in Germany, and Adriana, I think you had a birthday yesterday, I think it was. So we'll see what else you've been up to. I know there's been a bit of activity on the WhatsApp group and things like that, so let's take it from there. DL1BJW with DL8BDT in the group M0AUG. Please take it, Mike.
Delta Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. Very good evening, very good afternoon to all of you. Yeah, first of all, Happy New Year to all, and hopefully you all had a Merry Christmas. We had a very wet Christmas here and still have very wet Christmas days because of the special situation in our part of the country. It has been raining quite a lot, still is raining, by the way, and we had some serious problems. Since over a fortnight, our cellars flood again and again, and we are even on Christmas Day, on Adriana's birthday yesterday, and so on, and on New Year's Eve, we were going to get the water out of the cellar. Fortunately, it's now come to a somewhat quiet situation, but can't be trusted, actually. We are very alert to the situation. Situation being about 10 kilometers to our south, also very dangerous because the other side of our city, Oldenburg, there are problems with the dikes, the river dikes. They are so wet and so soft that fear that they will come apart and that water will go into the freshwater system of the city, which of course would rob us of fresh water from the tap, and that would be very disastrous too. But let's keep our fingers crossed. We are still looking forward with hope, and don't give up. So I'll hand the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you and all the best. And thank you very much for the good wishes for my birthday. Yes, Bob, your congratulations reached me too via Facebook, and I'm very glad that Casey is a little bit better now. Yes, as Mike said, the situation here is a little bit difficult because of the flood, and nevertheless, we managed to have a good day yesterday after putting up some water from the cellar. In the early morning, we went outside for a little breakfast, and this was quite good. And so we had a good day, and on Saturday, some of our family members will come, and I think this will be quite well. But we all hope that the dikes here will stay strong and safe. But everyone is quite alert here, and we've got much help from all over the country with many people who help to secure the dike. It's especially in the south of the city, as Mike said. So in our northern part, it's not as dangerous as it is a few kilometers south, but because of the situation with the drinking water, the water to drink, I don't know, the fresh water, it's a little bit difficult, but let's hope for the best. So this was from here. I hand the microphone back to M0AUG for the group.
DL8BDT with DL1 BJW in the group, M0AG tag. Yeah, finding that much, Adriana. I didn't appreciate it until the last few weeks when you've been talking about the cellar. You had dikes up in northern Germany there. I thought that was something that was just restricted to Holland there. So you learn something every day about other countries, don't you? Particularly with amateur radio. And I hope you had a good day yesterday for your birthday. Sounds like it. And I hope the local city authority soon sort out the water problems so you don't have any major issues there. Right, the order's jumped up and down a little bit because Eddie's been connecting and disconnecting. But I'm going to go over to Jeff in Belgium now and see where we are. So Oscar November 8, November Tango in the group, M0AUG. Happy New Year, Jeff, and I hope you and Anne had a good time there.
Mike 0, AUG, the group, 8 November Tango. First of all, a very happy New Year to everyone. With good health, I think that's very important, and good propagation, good conditions. That's what we need, and that's what we got already. And a happy birthday to you, Adriana. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed your day despite the floodings there and your place. And also nice, Bob, to hear that Katie is doing well. So that's very good news. And Oak, you know, we have about 10 degrees. Today was a beautiful day. We had some sunshine. But the past couple of days it was rain, and wind, especially a much of wind. And tomorrow we will have rain again and wind, and in the coming days it will be around freezing point. So that's a little bit the news on the weather front. I had some issues with my internet modem, so if I disappear for one reason or another, that must be the problem. So I phoned to the internet provider this afternoon, and they will come and install me a new internet modem Monday, because my actual modem is 11 years old. So it really needs to be brought to the newest level of technology, I think. Okay, so also very happy to work you, Mike, for the very first time. In difficult conditions. The senior reports were not great, but anyway, we were able to finish the contact, and that really made me quite happy, I think, and it also made you happy, and I'm sure we will try to do that again. And I also worked, there is the D-Star, there is a D-Star QSO party with some exchange of pictures. And I worked a station which call sign is Lima Uniform 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. Lima Uniform 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey, Horatio from Buenos Aires. So that's a good one, I think. Okay, back to you, Jeff, and I hope everything came over 100%. Mike 0, AUG, the group, 8 November Tango.
November Tango in the group, M0AUG, turning. Yeah, fine on that, Jeff, and no problem with the internet connection this evening. And good to hear all the things that you've been going on there. Yeah, and in fact, your 11-year-old internet connection seems to be doing very well, so we can expect greater things when the new one gets in. Now then, we'll see you ladies with us this evening. I know you're having some problems when you came onto the Oldham Net on Sunday there. So, good evening, Eddie. G6MJQ in the group, M0AUG. No, nothing heard from Eddie. He had problems on Sunday because he was using the Open Spot 4 to do some transcoding to get on there. In fact, I'll just go back again because I see Eddie's logged on again. G7MJQ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG, G6MJQ, apologies. Can I just check you can actually hear me this time, Jeff? M0AUG from G6MJQ.
G6MJQ, M0AUG. Yeah, fine on this one. I noticed one of the connections has just dropped out, so I hope it's not the one that we are talking about. Back to you.
G6MJQ. Yeah, well, I don't quite know what's going on, and I haven't really had time to sort it out since last Sunday. What with the building work and having to manage everything here. But even with the rain, they've managed, we've got the roof on now, we've got it plastered, and this week the utility room furniture has been installed, and doors are going in, internal doors, soap doors, and things are progressing. So I think about 3 more weeks to go. But talking about the rain, absolutely amazed. Didn't realise that there were dikes in Germany there, northern Germany, and yeah, I know the ground's very saturated here because I was dog sitting over the weekend and took the Border Terrier out over the fields, and the ground is absolutely sodden. And as I say, we've been suffering a bit here as well, locally around the bungalow. Anyway, I have been using Fusion, and I tried to get in initially on my FT2D through the Pi Star, because I've been on the squirrel's net in the morning, and I found that worked better with Fusion, as it is a Fusion net, the Northwest Fusion group, and I've been enjoying that, but it means that it starts at 7 in the morning, so, which is okay for me because I get up pretty early. Anyway, I won't keep it any longer, but back to you, Jeff. M0AUG from G6MJQ.
G6MJQ in the group, M0AUG turning. Yeah, there's no way you'll get into Fusion on Module D there, Adi, so you can forget that one. If you're coming in on 305, your Fusion will only work on Module A for Oldham. So you won't be able to go any further on this module. It's something behind the scenes where the way Fusion works with the XLX reflectors, so I'm not that technical to know all the ins and outs of it, but the fact that it works on A and doesn't on D or any of the others is enough for me. So please do get it working again, and good to have you on this evening. Right, I'll just put the call out to Dave to see if he's back on the net. I've not heard anything from him, either by text or otherwise, so we'll see if he's finished his phone call. G6 in the group, M0AUG. Are you with us, Dave? Nothing heard. That must be one hell of a phone call. I hope he's on the package with all that. Over to you there, Nick, please. G4IWO in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And also thank you to Jeff for his picture, which is sitting neatly in the bottom left-hand corner of my Icon 705 screen that I'm using as the background for transmitting the audio of the net over YouTube. And Rachel has logged on via YouTube, and Rachel says, Happy New Year and good evening all from Rachel, M1AYG. So thank you for that, Rachel. My apologies to Adriana that I forgot to send birthday greetings yesterday. So happy belated birthday greetings, Adriana. I hope you had a lovely day, even if the weather has been very poor and you've had some problems at home. I'm very much looking forward to our trip to Bavaria in a couple of weeks' time, studying very carefully the weather reports there. Temperature has dropped dramatically, and I think the forecast I've seen for the weekend is on Sunday, something like 17 centimetres of snow is forecast overnight on Sunday, and most other days leading up to our trip out there. So temperatures as low as minus 14 degrees overnight. So I'm not absolutely certain how much radio is going to be operated in those conditions. Back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
6 back on board.
Pick you up in a minute, Dave, please. Yeah, thank you, Nick, for that. And nothing wrong with your internet this evening at all. So hope that continues. And finally, comments on your forthcoming holiday. And you'll have to see how it goes with the weather over there. Okay, Dave, I'll bring you in the stage. G6 in the group. M0AEG. Good evening.
M0AUT in the group G6 My apologies for late arrival, and unfortunately I had a video call I had to take with regard to something else. Good evening to everyone on the net. Hope everyone's well and not too waterlogged. Nick and I had a brief communication this evening before the net, and it looks like both of our services are working for once. I had plenty of practice in playing silly devils trying to sort mine out, but it looks like I've got mine working now after resetting every hotspot I had. So hopefully, Jeff, tonight will be okay. G0, yeah. Oh, God, sorry, I've forgotten. AUT in the group G6
G6 in the group M0AUT returning. Yeah, fine on that, Dave. You were dropping in and out a bit on the last over, so not all yours, so actually, but enough that we can make the contact, and good to have you with us this evening. Over to you down in Minot again, Andrew. M0ROL in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group, M0ROL. Yes, first of all, a belated happy birthday, Adriana. I forgot the last time we were on there, you did mention it was just after Christmas or New Year, so yeah, hope you had a good one. And yes, I think we're all suffering from the adverse weather at the moment. I've just been watching the news, and the flooding around the country is pretty bad, and certainly around Glastonbury and the levels, because the Somerset levels are renowned for flooding anyway. There's an awful lot of flood water around, and yes, it's not easing up. There's more heavy rain coming in tonight, I think. But then we've got a period of cold, dry weather, so hopefully that should clear it up and be able to get on the radio. Well, with all this bad weather we've had, it's been difficult to get out and be mobile on the radio. So I've just been tuning in and trying to listen at my own system, but the noise level's been so high, and I caught the YouTube space weather forecast that was yesterday, and there's all these sort of solar storms coming on, and no wonder I'm having lots of problems. So I just have to persevere, and hopefully in the next few days, as the weather does improve, I can get out on North Hill and put up an end fed and see if I can get some decent contacts. But until then, it's all been fairly quiet on the radio. Just trying to keep things simple, as Dave said. We've had a lot of rain and we've had storms. We're not unique down here. I think you probably had them up there as well. But anyone that's put an antenna up would have been suffering a little bit in this area with these storms coming through. But Brian's just coming down, so yeah, it was a bit of a damp New Year and Christmas. But there we are. We have to get used to it. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, M0ROL.
M0ROL in the group, M0AG returning. Yeah, fine on that, Andrew. Just earlier on, it was saying that the storm is going to come in, I think particularly in the south of England, and the problem being, as you just said, that all the fields are waterlogged anyway. So where does the water go? And that's where your flood starts, isn't it? We've had some pretty torrential rain up here, but touch wood, nothing like that you've had down there, and no particular flooding. Quite a few strong winds as well, but that's how it goes at the moment, I think. Well, we went away for Christmas, which is one of the reasons why we didn't run a night between Christmas and New Year. And it was nice to take a week off, in actual fact, and we went over into North Wales, and we went into one of the, without being accused of advertising, one of the one hotels which were adults only, and we spent the Christmas and a few days afterwards, and came home before New Year in the hotel, which is in Bottlewood Castle, actually in North Wales. you know, that was a nice experience. And our room was in actual fact within the old part of the castle, so that was very interesting indeed. We've been there a couple of times previously and really enjoyed it, and hopefully, God willing, we'll be going there again next Christmas. So that's what we've been up to. Not much opportunity to do anything antenna-wise down there. No proper windows that you could sling anything out anyway. And obviously, there's no point in trying something indoor when you're inside castle walls. So there we are. I just listened in on some of the D-Star ones used in the open spot. But a good Christmas nevertheless, and we're looking forward to the new year, and hope everybody else is. Over to, I've forgotten where I was on the list there now. It's Andrew last, wasn't it? So it's over to you there, Bob. N4XAT in the group, N0AG.
M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango. Talking about Christmas and Nick mentioning going to Bavaria a few years back before COVID. Kathy and I, we visited relatives in Clover Bischofheim, and then we went to Gergstedt, which is now part of Hartheim. And from there, we went to Garmisch. And from Garmisch, of course, we went to the top of the Zugspitze, which was a nice trip, but very cold. This was at Christmas time. It was very cold up there. When we came down to the bottom and got off of transportation to the bottom, they turned all the lights out. And I've never seen it so dark as I saw it there at that terminal. And of course, we had to make it back out of there. We had one heck of a time, but we did make it, so that was good. The other subject, of course, almost every Saturday I have been aboard the ship. Last Saturday, I dropped pants into France. I think I worked one British station, and I worked several French stations, of course, all in CW, and I don't remember exactly which frequencies, but I know I started on 20 and probably on 17 and maybe on 12. But I do expect to be on the ship again this weekend to start off the new year. Right now, we're still on schedule. As far as I know, the ship will be going into dry dock about the middle of February, about the 29th or so, or 19th of February, I believe. Right now, we're scheduled for, if everything goes well, they have to dredge the channel, of course, to get us away from where we are now. The bottom of the ship, I'm sure, is sitting in a lot of mud. And then they have to also take the radar off so that we can sit under the bridge. So those jobs will be done probably sometime in January. But we're still set, it looks like, going to dry dock in February. And with that, I better give it back to you, Jeff. M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango.
November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AG returning. Finally update on the battleship there. And it's going to be quite an exercise to take it from where it is now, as you say, with all the mud underneath it, and take it into dry dock. You might tell me on the next over, is this something that happens, periodically every so many years, or is it an annual thing, Bob? Obviously, it's quite an exercise to do that, I think, isn't it? And if Rachel's listening on YouTube or wherever, Happy New Year to you, Rachel. I hope you had a good Christmas as well. And look forward to catching you with you sometime in 2024. Over to Northern Germany again. DL1BJW with DL8BDT, M0AEG.
DL1BJW, yeah. The WX today was a little bit cold now, 3 or 4 degrees centigrade at noontime, and it's forecasted to drop down even a little lower in the next few days. Tomorrow there should be lots of rain still, so it could be quite slippery outside. And at the weekend, as I think Nick said, the winter will come really back with snowfalls, beginning in Friday. So let's see what the weekend really will bring us. We are very interested, looking forward to it. But nevertheless, radio-wise, there was not much to report here on my side, other than the really enjoyable contact with Jeff on 8 November Tango this afternoon on FT8. And I was also astonished, as Jeff said, about the very low signal rate there. I think it was something like -19 or -20, something like that. Curious. But nevertheless, it worked, and I'm glad about that. And Jeff also mentioned Lima United 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. So except the prefix, it's my call sign, so to speak. And actually, Jeff, I worked him on D-Star, I think 1.5 years ago, and have a QSL card from Lima United 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. So that was very interesting. On the bands situation, always going up and down, and always very noisy here. This afternoon there also appeared something which I can only describe as similar to a woodpecker. It was to be heard on all bands from 160 up to 10 meters. And it was very loud indeed on 40 meters. On 40 meters, the signal gave a disturbance signal from Santiago 5, S5. So it drowned out all the weaker stations there. And I'm not quite sure if it is a local phenomenon or something which goes back to, say, the horizon radar, for example, from the east and the south, to be cautious. Yeah, hope that this will not stay on the air for long. Yeah, that's the situation and the news from my side here. I'll hand the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for Group GAN. Yes, first of all, thank you for all the good wishes from all of you. Yes, yesterday I've tried to take part with Mike on the HNY event yesterday evening, but I tried to work you on FT8 from downstairs of our house and using the radio antenna in the garden, but there was no possibility to work your stations because the propagation was quite strange in the evening. I have been heard in the south of Europe, up to Spain and so on, and even on the east coast of the United States. But there was no possibility to work any British station. It was quite a pity. It would be very good to work one of you. And yes, this about yesterday. And Nick, I wish you all the best for your trip to Bavaria, which will come up soon. And I hope that the weather situation will be quite good there. I think at the moment they don't have problems with floods also there. But yes, the snow there is a little bit heavier than here in our region usually. But this might be a very interesting journey, I think. We have just made plans to go to the ham radio in summer. I hope that everything will work so that we really can go there. But even today we had made some plans to stay at the Lake of Constance for a week. And yes, the other plans, how we managed to go down there and back again. I think we'll go by car and we'll make some stops on the way down and the way up here again. So let's hope for the best that all this will be done. We are looking forward to it. So I hand the microphone to M0 AUG for the group.
DLA, BDT, and DL1 BJP. Thank you for your contributions there, and yeah, I hope you're able to make it to the expeditions and things, and obviously in the short term, hope that the water problems sort themselves out. So, we've got somebody else who's just joined the group. I was going to give them the opportunity to say a few words if they want to. So the call sign is Golf 4, Echo Romeo Victor, and that is Bill down in Bournemouth. Bill, I know you've been on the net for a few minutes, and you're welcome to join us. We meet every Thursday evenings. If you want to put a call in now just to introduce yourself, then please go ahead. This is Mike Zero Alpha Uniform Golf. Nothing heard from Bill this time around, but I'll give you a call again later in the call this evening there, Bill. You're very welcome to join us. As you probably realised in the last 5 minutes, we've got contacts here from various parts of the UK and also into Northern Germany and Belgium as well. Right, so over to you there, Jeff. What's going to be November Tango with the group, M0AG?
M0, AUG, the group. Oh, 8 November Tango, yeah. Oh, okay. First of all, Happy New Year to you, Rachel, and to maybe other viewers on the YouTube channel. Very nice to be able to wish you all the best and a good health and a lot of good propagation each side. And Eddie, you are coming through very well. 100% copy here on your signal. And by the way, I forgot to tell that we had some heavy rains here during the past couple of days, not to say weeks, and we had also some flooding in the countryside. Happy enough, not here in my area, but in the countryside, a lot of streets were, flooded, and some dikes were also broken. We also have dikes each side, so it was a real problem. But now things seems to calm down on that respect. And okay, Mike, well, I just looked into my logbook, and I sent you minus 19 dB, and I received from you minus 23 dB. So that I was only using 20 watts. You were probably using a little bit more, but minus 19, and I received minus 23. And okay, about sending pictures, maybe for some of you that might be of interest. There is an American net by amateurs from El Paso in Texas, I think that is, at 20 hours local time. I thought that must be around 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in the night, UTC. And they are sending pictures on reflector REF055 Delta. REF055 Delta. So Bob, if you put your D-Star radio on that reflector, you will receive quite some pictures and some experimenting people helping each other to send good pictures and so on and so on. And normally that's on the Wednesday. In the States, but on our Wednesday evening at 8 or 9 o'clock, we are some Europeans who are sending some pictures. So actually the fun starts around 1900 hours UTC with some European pictures, and then in the night or in your afternoon, Bob, or your evening, Bob, on your Wednesday evening on reflector 055 Delta. So that's quite interesting to see what's happening there. Okie doke. Back to you, Jeff. Mike 08, the group 08, November Tango.
November Tango in the group M08 returning. Yeah, it's pictures of something I've not tried yet, Jeff. I mean, I've got the facility on both the 705 and the ID52, so I'd better give that a whirl at some particular stage. And yeah, interesting. It's another angle to the hobby, isn't it? And I wasn't aware that you had dikes in Belgium as well, so that's something else I've learned tonight. History lessons as well. Can't be bad, can it? We'll just give Bill a call again to see if he wants to come in and join us before going to Adrian. G4ERV in the group, M08G. Do come in, Bill, please. Nothing I've heard from Bill at all there. I'll drop him a line after the net and ask him if he needs any assistance to try and join us from a technical point of view, and we'll see how we go. And I think from QRZ, he wants to use MMDVM, so we'll see how we go on that one. And one mode he's coming in on. I would think it's where am I? It says he's coming in on D-Star, but obviously, he either doesn't want to join us at this stage or he's just happy to listen. Absolutely fine either way, Bill. Please, if you would join us sometime. I'll see you there, AJ. G6MJQ in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG, G6MJQ. Well, when you saw me joining and leaving Module D, I was actually on Fusion, Jeff. Now I've got a workaround for doing it, but there was no audio. Now, when I used to use it about 4 or 5 months ago, the audio was fine. So obviously the transcoding doesn't work anymore. So you're absolutely correct in what you say. Module D, if you connect to it, there's certainly no transcoding today, no audio at all. All I was getting was carrier. So the plot thickens on digital. And I've had problems on HF as well. I was going to come on last night on 40 meters, but it's so noisy. And one particular noise, spaced at about 30 kilohertz, and it's just a bawling noise, and it's drifting around up and down the band, slowly but drifting, so you find a clear frequency. And then within 3 or 4 minutes, you're in the midst of it. I don't quite know where it's coming from. I think I'm going to go out with the Kegu X6100 and with an antenna and the battery on board and walk up and down the road, see if I can find it. I'm blaming it on Virgin Media and their devices they're putting on poles around here, but it's totally unfounded, totally. As regards to weather, well, my elder daughter lives in Staley Bridge in Greater Manchester, and some people from the UK may have seen on the news where they had a typhoon there, a twister, as we say in the States, and just round the corner from them, 100 yards away, the side wall was knocked out of the house and half the roof, and houses further down from them had a lot of the roof lifted off, etc. So there were fire engines and all sorts up and down the road in the middle of the night. It only lasted for about 5 to 8 minutes, but the damage it caused was absolutely phenomenal. Intense rain and heavy winds, which affected the end of the terraces. Take a break. End of the terraces. In that part of the world, that part of Staley Bridge, the houses are Victorian houses, and they're in a row of joined up houses, which we call a terrace, and the ones at the end have got the real batterings. Anyway, with that, back to you, Jeff. Hopefully you're getting me now. M0AUG from G6MJQ.
G6MJQ in the group M0AG returning. Yeah, it's the thing with XLX reflectors on the Fusion one. I think behind the scenes, the XLX reflectors will only allow a Fusion connection to one module on an XLX reflector. I know on the Blackpool, on the XLX924, if you try to access that using Fusion, which I know you do go on there sometimes already, if you try with a Fusion connection, you'll be defaulting to module B there, and not module A, because that's why it's programmed behind the scenes. So we'll leave all the black out to others, and but as far as F305 is concerned, any Fusion activity just defaults to module A. Okay, and I think we've got time for another time round and see where we go from there. G677 in the group M0AG.
M0AUG in the group G677, and apologies for getting your call sign wrong just now. Yeah, not a great deal happened here. I've now got my bedroom set up as a shack. I'm using the 705 on the long wire, and I've got a Zygo amp running 100 watts up here as well. I actually managed to have a very interesting contact the other day with India 2 X-ray Mike Alpha Sierra. It was from Milan, and the guy is a Roman Catholic priest, and he's celebrating Christmas with a special event station. I thought it was great, so I've got him on my log, and he immediately replies on QRZ and confirms the QSO. So that was one good thing. I agree about the bands. Some of them have been absolutely abysmal, but today they weren't too bad. There were a couple of stations from Oman on, was it 20 or 15? I did have a go at trying to reach them, but unfortunately the continental people who were running a heck of a lot more power were wiping me out, so I didn't really stand a chance. But it was worth a try. Christmas, very, very quiet, just my wife and I, and same for New Year. I was in bed by my normal time until the fireworks woke me up. Other than that, not a great deal happening. I'm going to try and go up Martin Lynch on Tuesday if the weather allows, seeing as I'm going to be leaving early morning to get there when they open. I certainly don't want floods that I could drive into. Which, as I go down the A303 and the new bypass that they're building does flood, I'm going to have to be very, very wary down there. The rain we've had has been absolutely atrocious. Yesterday I was on the road and we could hardly see him with full wipers. It just absolutely hammered down. But then, as I said to Mick, spring is on its way somewhere along the line. M0AUG in the group G677.
G677 in the group M0AG returning us. Fine on that there and fine on getting the shack set up. Yeah, the conditions haven't been that brilliant on the radio, I've found. I mean, I know people with better setups than I have been able to work all over the place, and it's what it is, isn't it? And I had an interesting one with that Radio Deluxe the other day, and literally I switched it on the yesterday morning, I think it was 2 days ago, switched it on, and periodically it downloads the database for Logbook of the World and the QSL as part of its ongoing process, which it does. You accept it, and then when it went to the database channel, absolutely nothing. My whole database has vanished. Fortunately, having spent a life in IT, I had a backup, and the people from HRD couldn't understand it either, and even seemed to the extent that one of their tech support people over there spent some time on connected to my radio, my computer yesterday, checking all the bits and pieces, and it's mystified to them as to why it suddenly vanished. So that's one for you. All I will say on that, it's a good program to use, but like everything else on IT, please make sure that you back it up. And I'll always say that. The first thing we used to say when we used to get IT calls from a customer was, have you got a recent backup? Oh no, we don't take those. And so there you are. So back over to you there, Nick. Thank you. G4IWO, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff. And interesting points people are making there. But I have noticed actually in the last few occasions that the digital net has been a lot more stable, not just on my transmission, but on others as well, which is great. It makes it a very, very nice platform for having the kind of chat that we have here. I did notice last night, Adriana, that I did check PSK Reporter when I was putting out a CQ call on FT8, and I had absolutely no propagation at all into Northern Europe. So no hits at all into Belgium or Germany, but just like you, they were all to the south, so going down into Italy and Greece and Turkey and so on. And very similar propagation on CW as well. When I tried CW calls as well, the reverse beacon network was showing that all the propagation was going in that same direction, and missing out Germany and Belgium. So a bit of a shame, but we all gave it a good go. It's been a busy time here for me. Lots of the family staying with us. We've still got the grandkids with us at the moment. We're going away for a couple of days to see some friends down in London. So we'll be down there this weekend, hopefully. I'm plotting with Paul, M0AIA, to do some walking when conditions are decent for it, to go and activate some trig points, one of us taking HF and one taking VHF. And finally, Steve down in Surrey, G0NIF, has asked me to pass on from the YouTube channel a good evening and Happy New Year to all from Steve. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
G4IWO in the group, M0AG returning. Thanks for that, Nick, and thanks to Steve for passing his greetings across the group on the YouTube channel, and Happy New Year to you as well. And I don't know whether you use D-Star or DMR, but if you do, you're welcome to join the net at any time via that, or keep listening to the YouTube channel as long as we're able to use that as well. So thanks for passing your comments on that. Always welcome. Right, so where are we next? I think it's over to Andrew. M0ROL in the group, M0AG.
Yeah, M0AG in the group, this is M0ROL. One thing I was going to mention to Jeff in Belgium, you mentioned sending images to your 705. I think you sent one earlier to Bob. It's something I never got involved with. Does that come into the 705? Do you see it on the waterfall, or does it go onto the memory? It's something that I'm intrigued to know, and I suppose I have to sort of read up about it. But as you seem to be into sending images, I'm just wondering how I would see it on the 705. Apart from that, I really very little radio that's going on at the moment. So fingers crossed that as the weekend comes, it's going to be colder and drier and less windy. We'll be able to get out and see what activity is on the air. And certainly we've got bunkers on North Hill, and also trig points. So if you're doing your activating trig points, Nick, I'll listen out for you. And see if we can't do I assume we can get a trig to trig rather than the same as summit to summit. So catch up with you then. So back to you, Jeff, M0AUG in the group, M0ROL.
M0RO and the group M0AG turning. Yeah, I think the pictures, I'm not sure whether they go for the memory card or something, but I know now Jeff will be able to tell us, because I know Jeff's been into sending pictures on the icon videos for quite some time. It's interesting. We've seen a couple come over, whilst we've had the nets over the last 18 months or so. But yeah, to see what Jeff comments when he gets to that stage. Over to you there, Bob. Before X-ray Alpha Tango in the group M0AG.
Break, Nick.
Go ahead, Nick. You want to break in?
Yeah, sorry, just before Bob, you come in, this is G4IWO. I picked up a message on the YouTube channel from Jacob North. Evening all, Happy New Year from Jacob, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Zulu Alpha. Jacob, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Zulu Alpha. So back to you, Jeff, and apologies, Bob. M0AG in the group G4IWO.
G4IWO in the group M0AG. Thank you for passing over the greetings messages from Jacob. And if you're still monitoring the YouTube channel there, Jacob, then best wishes from all the Denby Dale Amateur Radio Society, and Happy New Year. I know you might join us on the net sometime if you've got D-Star or DMR facilities there. If not, drop us a line and we'll help you to get on board with the net there. I'm pleased you're enjoying the YouTube. Right, over to you there, Bob, N4X8T in the group M0AG.
M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-ray Alpha Tango. First of all, Andrew, you're using a 705, I believe, and if you hit your menu button, you'll see on the bottom left on the screen, you'll see the word pictures. Hit that, and I believe that's all you have to do, and it'll bring it up on your screen. And then if you hit the picture on your screen, it will enlarge it. As a matter of fact, while we're on that subject, Jeff in Belgium gave me an idea. I think I'm going to take a picture of my QSL card and make it out and put it down there and maybe send that on one of these D-Stars that's high. And in answer to your question, Jeff, in England, I believe that it's every 10 years that we put our ships in dry dock normally. However, the battleship New Jersey was due in dry dock in 1990. At that time, the Navy decided to loan us the ship. And it has not been in dry dock in 30 years. It's 30 years overdue now. So we better get it in soon, otherwise we may have some serious problems. Of course, they have equipment today that can check the thickness of the size of the ship and so forth. So we're right now, of course, we're sitting in mud. What's going to happen when they pull that ship out and pull it across the Delaware River? Anyone knows, but I think it will be all right. Let's see. Other than that, let's see what do they have. Oh, Adriana. Last night I tried listening for voice, which I knew I would hear on 40 meters on the Happy New Year net. But I also had up FT8. When it got dark here, which is about 21:30 Zulu, with my 10 watts, I got 2 stations in Spain and 1 in Portugal. None in the UK, but at least I was making it across the pond with 10 watts in an FT8 once it got dark here. And the next thing that I wrote down was Jeff in Belgium. Thank you for that information on reference 055D. I think I had it right. I didn't write down the time for the one. I wrote down the time for the European one on Wednesday at 1900 Zulu, but I did not write down the time for the American net, but I can probably find that locally if otherwise. Thank you again, Jeff in England, for running the net. We appreciate it, and I really enjoy getting on this net every week. Back to you, M0AUG with the group, November 4, X-ray Alpha Tango.
November 4 X-ray Alpha Tango in the group M0AG turning. Yeah, thanks for the update on the battleship there. Wow, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they try to move it there, Bob, and I hope all is okay with that one. And yeah, we're so pleased to have you as part of this group. I can't believe how pleased that we all are that you're with us on the group. And the same with Mike and Adriana in Germany and Jeff in Belgium as well. And it just makes it that the people from the Denby Dale Amateur Radio Society are able to join up together at least once a week. Just a little story from a side about pictures on amateur radio. I remember many years ago when it was only SSTV, and I was with the Oldham Club. We were operating a jamboree station for the Scouts on the air. We set up quite a few stations, and we set up an SSTV station, and all was going well until the SSTV pictures were starting to come through, and two of us turned round. And shall we say, it looked like somebody from Italy was sending some pictures on the beach of his girlfriend. So we all had to turn around very quickly and obliterate the screen from the Scouts. So that's just a little aside on that one. Over to you in Northern Germany, DL1BJW with DL8BDT, M0AEG in the group.
DL1BJW, yeah, I can imagine, Jeff, that this came as quite a surprise. You have to react very swiftly then. Okay. One word to the propagation and the experiences on the FT8. I told Jeff on 8 November Tango about this the ratio -19, -20 dB there on our transmission this afternoon with the same setup and the same output power and antenna. I worked an Indonesian station, Yankee Echo 1 Bravo Oscar November, some hours before that, on I think 20 meters, if I'm correct, and that was an FT4, and he had a tremendous signal. I can't imagine what the output power might have been, but I could give him +14 as signal, and he gave me +10 back. So he must also have had a very interesting and awesome receiving antenna for giving that back. Or it has been a pirate who wasn't an Indonesian at all, but yeah, here in Europe, I can't imagine. So it's very interesting, very strange sometimes. Yeah. I'll hand the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Yes, propagation-wise, is always very interesting, I think. But I hope that the situation will be a little bit better during the next days, so that there will probably be a possibility to work also your stations there on FT8 or in SSP or so. This might be this would be very good. Before I forget it, greetings to all the listeners on the YouTube channel and to Rachel from here, and all the best wishes for the you. So at the moment, I don't think I have anything quite amazing to report, so I have the microphone back to M0AUG for our group.
DL8BDT with DL1BJW, M0AUG returning. Yes, it's probably starting to time to start running down on the final. So I know we're not at the top of the list yet, but see where we go from there. And if anybody's got any quick things to add to the net this evening, otherwise we'll look forward to all with each other either on either on WhatsApp or on this time next week. So over to you there, Adrian. G6MJQ in the group, M0AEG.
M0AUG G6MJQ in Skelmersall, West Yorkshire. Quite a collection of people on this evening for it. It's fantastic, you know, from all over this side of the globe anyway. Backing up, yes, I've got a problem with my mobile phone, cell phone right now. It refuses to charge occasionally. And so I've had to do a backup on that. I've been caught out before. It's happened before. It's these types USB-C connectors. They're not as strong as the old micro USB, in my opinion. And I've had it replaced on my cell phone, and my daughter has as well. I don't know, they're going to improve that one a bit. Certainly for us who like to treat them a bit rough and drop them while they're hanging on being charged. Own fault, I guess. But I've been listening, while I've been doing paperwork and various other things, I've been listening on as I do with ST8, running the alternative operating system on it, and just looking at the reception of ST8 on the display on the transceiver works quite well. I think it's going to be some time though before they bring out the transmit side. Apparently it's work in progress, but I think it's going to be a fair few months. I think it's connected back up to the old laptop and have a go on ST8 soon, especially with the noise on HF. Look, I'm going to wish everybody, I didn't before, wish you all a happy new year. Good to get on to the again, having had problems recently and obviously problems early this evening. So quite more than pleased with my ability to get on, and one nurse changing, I don't know. But as Jeff says, leave it to the boffins to sort out, and it'll sort out in the wash. So best centuries, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to the YouTubers as well. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG from G6MJQ, Skelmersall, West Yorkshire.
G6MJQ in the group, M0AG returning. Yeah, thanks for that, and thanks for being able to join us this evening, Eddie. And look forward to catching up with you on XLX 305A on Sunday morning if you're able to. I'm going to skip over you, Jeff, because I mean you can come up and help to bring the finale when I've been around the rest of the group. So I don't think I've forgotten you this time around, and we'll be back shortly on that. Over to you for your finals, G6 in the group, M0AEG.
G6 in the group. Thanks very much for running the net, Jeff, and a very, very good New Year to everybody listening to the net. Just as an aside, if anyone has lists of or access to how I can obtain lists to XLX, etc., reflectors, I can get the REF ones, but none of the others. Could you email me with the link, please? Because I've started using D-Star now, and I'd like to take it a bit further if I can. Once again, thank you, Jeff, for running the net, and a good evening as always, and my apologies for having to take a call at the beginning. M0AUG in the group, G6 Have a good week, and catch you all next week.
G6 in the group, M0AUG returning. It's fine there, Dave. In actual fact, if you're connected to the XLX dashboard, XLX 305 dashboard there, then one of the options on the left-hand side is the reflector list. And if you just click onto that, it'll take you to a full listing of all the XLX reflectors. So I hope that helps. If you need any further information, then you can come back to me offline. Okay, thanks for joining us, Dave. We look forward to catching up with you next week. Over to you there, Nick, for your finals, please. G4IW in the group, M0AEG.
M0AEG in the group from G4IW. Yeah, first of all, Jeff, a very, very big thank you to you for hosting the Digital Nets, and Jeff when he takes over as well. It's been fantastically successful, and I do look forward to diving in on a Thursday evening. I can't wait to the time when it's possible to go out working portable again. I went out for a short walk this afternoon, but it is extremely boggy on the hillsides here. So the water is coming off the tops of the hills and just flowing down the side of the hill, and making it very, very boggy and not very pleasant to walk in. So I know that's going to be worse right on the tops as well. So I can't look forward to quick enough for it. When I'm out in Germany, by the way, the town I'm staying in, Mittenwald, is over 900 meters above sea level. That's the town, and it's surrounded by mountains on each side, ranging from about 1,500 to 2,400 meters. So it's in a deep valley, but I'll try operating both from the apartment we're renting as well as on the hillside. So 73s to everyone. Happy New Year to you all. It's been great fun, and I look forward to next week. Back to you, Jeff. M0AEG in the group, G4IWO.
G4IW in the group, M0AEG returning. Yeah, thanks very much for your contribution this evening, Nick, and also hanging on to what's coming over on YouTube. And we wish the YouTube attendees Happy New Year also, and hope you'll join us again either on YouTube, or if you've got the facilities with D-Star or DMR actually coming on the net with us. And obviously we'll look forward to the club meeting next Wednesday from one of the RSGB directors on that, and on backpacks. So that's next Wednesday evening before the nets again on Thursday. So thanks again, Nick. Over to you, Andrew, for your final M0ROL in the group, M0AEG.
Yeah, M0AEG in the group, M0ROL. Firstly, Bob, thanks very much for the help on the pictures. Yes, I brought it up, and thank you, Jeff, for the 2024 fireworks picture that came through. So I think that works. I'll have to try that. Perhaps I'll try between Dave and myself first of all to see if I can get it working right. So finally, thank you for running the net again tonight, Jeff. It's certainly something to look forward to on a Thursday night. Despite the fact that my radio activity is actually quite low, and this is probably the only radio activity this week that I will have done. But thanks for organising. It's certainly something worth looking forward to. And a happy New Year to everyone. And certainly, if you run the nets, the 40-metre and 80-metre nets, again, I'll certainly try and perhaps with a portable to get onto it. Although with dark nights and heavy rain and wind, it's difficult to get out portable. But that was quite interesting to listen to it yesterday. So thanks for that, Nick. In the meantime, I wish everyone a 73. Stay safe in this battle that we're having, and look forward to another chat next Thursday. So back to you, Jeff, on that one. So 73 from me, and M0AEG in the group. This is M0ROL.
M0ROL in the group, M0AEG returning. Yeah, thanks, Andrew, for your regular attendance on the group and your contributions as well. And we've got a good little group growing together here, and I think everybody enjoys each other's company, and that's what it's all about. So best wishes to you and your family for 2024. Look forward to catching up with you next week. Over to you, Bob, for your final 4 X-ray Alpha Tango in the group, M0AEG.
M0AEG group number 4 X-ray Alpha Tango. Well, first of all, Nick mentioned that he's looking for a bit better weather so that he could go out and play with all of his new toys. I got some good new toys for Christmas. First of all, from people on this.
ON8NT.
And for XAT in the group, I think we lost you there, love, just after you started to tell us about your new toys. Back to you.
Also, I received the 5-meter antenna, and I have a roof mount from when I used to have my truck, and I still have that roof mount, and I think I'll be able to use that. There was information that Nick sent me on putting reveals from the top of it. I'm looking forward to trying that out when it gets when the weather gets better. And once again, thank you very much for running the net, Jeff. I not only enjoy it for the information that I receive, but also for all the nice people I get to talk with. And thank you again. I look forward to next week. M0 AUG with the group, November 4, X-Ray Alpha Tango.
November 4 X-Ray Alpha Tango in the group M0 AUG. Yeah, thanks very much for joining us, Bob, and give our best wishes to Kathy as well for 2024. Thanks for joining the group and the contributions that you make as well, and we look forward to what happens to the battleship as the year goes on there. So thanks once again. Look forward to your company again next week. Over to you in Northern Germany for your finals now, please. DL1 BJW with DL8 BDT. Thanks for joining us this evening, both of you.
Delta Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey with the final. Yes, thank you very much for all of you for all your company and very interesting thoughts and ideas, and it was very entertaining again and very interesting. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody, also to all the listeners on YouTube. And thank you, Jeff, M0AUG, for hosting the net in your usual very competent manner. Thank you for that. And let's all make the most of really strange conditions we are living in WX-wise, and do the utmost to use that to our favor. I think with all the rain coming down and all the wet soil, there's only one thing which should be good. It should give us excellent ground, excellent earth for transmitting, and let's play around with that and try something else. So thank you again, and hope to see you all down the log soon, on the air or here on D-Star in a week. So bye-bye from Delta Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey, passing the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yes, Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Yes, thank you very much for this interesting evening. As always, it was a great pleasure to talk to you and to listen to all the interesting information from all over the world. So I hope that you all have a very, very pleasant year 2024. And yes, hope to meet you again next week or during the next few days down the log. Thank you very much. And 73 and 88 from Northern Germany, this was Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango, handing the microphone back to M0 AUG for the group.
DL8 BDT with DL1 BJW. BJW. Thanks again, both of you, for joining the net. We've got a useful mix of people amongst this group, and it's really nice that we can meet together every Thursday evening. And I certainly enjoy it, and I know you do as well. So thanks once again to all the people on YouTube who are supporting us and sending the messages through, and we hope you'll join us again. Right. Save the best till last. There you go, Jeff. You can fill everybody in on pictures and things now. It's over to you to bring the curtain down. Oscar November 8, November Tango in the group. M0 AUG, my friend.
M0 AUG, the group. 08 November Tango. First of all, a very happy New Year to Steve from the UK and to Jacob from the States on YouTube there, and maybe to some others who joined the YouTube channel. All the best and happy New Year and good propagation and a good health. And okay about these picture sharing, Bob. For the American net on the Wednesday evening, it's 20 hours Texas time. I don't know what that is in your case, but you will probably be able to figure that out. But it's 20 hours in Palo Alto in Texas, of El Paso in Texas. So that's the time they say, and that must be 1 or 2 o'clock UTC. Because I sometimes left my transceiver on during the night, and in the morning I found all the pictures on the reflector REF, Romeo Echo Foxtrot 055 Delta, which was good fun. And on the battleship New Jersey, I saw a video on YouTube with the question, will the battleship New Jersey sail all by itself to the docks? Well, you should look to that video to know the answer, but quite fascinating explanation there on that YouTube channel of the battleship New Jersey. And yesterday on 40 meters, I really followed the action there, but I was not able to have any contact with the UK there. Same observation as Adriana and Mike, and also Nick. I was able to work into Turkey and into Spain and into the south, but nothing into the UK. But anyway, we will try on another time. I would thank you very much, Jeff, for organizing all this and for leading and sitting in the chair there. All the very best, 73s. Have a nice evening, and I hope to catch you all again. And this is 08 November Tango, closing down with the group and Mike 0 AUG. Bye-bye.
8 November Tango in the group, M0 AUG. Thanks, Jeff, and thanks for your good wishes, and best wishes to you and Anne for 2024. And thank you for support on this venture during the last 12 months. I don't know how long it is since we started between us on this. It seems a long time ago. And best wishes to everybody on the YouTube channel, and obviously Eric as well, if you're still listening to us down in Bournemouth, Eric, and hope you'll join us on another week. So the M0 AUG closing down the Denby Dale ARC Radio Society for another week. Thank you to everybody who's attended the net this evening, and all those who've been listening in, and hopefully have enjoyed it. See you at 19:30 UTC next Thursday. Something, everyone.